Alert, alert. What's going on, crew? YouTube, Eminem fans, welcome back to Noble Nation. I just got the alert, guys. Eminem was on Shade 45 today, and he addresses the song Zeus that he just released on Music to Be Murdered By, Deluxe Side B. This is my favorite song. I think it's the best hook, the lyrics, this song should be #1 in my books. It's just that kind of song. Any age or genre can really get into it. I guess he's going to address the Snoop Dogg and Rihanna comments in that song. He did an interview yesterday and he didn't talk anything about it. It was all about hip hop, which was cool. But this is the kind of stuff that I like as a fan and as a YouTuber. So let's see what he said on Shade 45, guys. I'm curious, man. Let's see what's going on with him and Uncle Snoop, man. Let's get it. Reaction time.
Keep it locked.
Happy New Year. Eminem is in control of Shade 45.
It's the boss.
Hey man, Gray Rizzy up here with Eminem right now on Shade 45. Music to Be Murdered By Side B. The deluxe edition is out there right now. This song
album
that you have is
One
creating a lot of talking. Zeus. The first part with you apologizing to Rihanna for a leaked verse that got out. You know, I thought it said a lot about you as a man, and you've been on the record about
this is good stuff. It's beautiful. You know, all these comments say all this shit, but we're getting the real information from the GOAT himself, because you know how everything escalates. You see the comments, all the shit going on, but this is the real truth. So let's go.
Friendship that you have with Rihanna, but this made it onto the project. Why the apology now?
Well, it was pretty recently that verse had leaked, and honest to God, I told Paul this when it first happened. I was like, first, I didn't know how somebody got it. Second of all, I have zero recollection of even remembering doing that verse. Like the rhyme schemes didn't even sound like familiar to me. So I was caught off guard too. I was like, what the fuck? I said that, and that was during early stages of the Relapse record that I was working on. So it's 10 plus years old, but I'm not making excuses for it.
Eminem was just getting back into rap. He had forgotten how to rap. He had to teach himself. You know, he was just trying to get into the swing of things back then. You know, him and Rihanna didn't have that connection yet. That came afterwards. But that's crazy. Internet, man, you can get a hold of anything these days.
I said it and I was wrong for saying that. It was fucking stupid. You know, a lot of times, especially with the Relapse record, when I first started learning how to rap again because of the drug situation that I went through and having to relearn a lot of things, that was one of those things that it was like, well, if it rhymes, say it. I think that being able to look back, I mean, that's not even an excuse, but I'm just saying like that there was a phase I was going through with that Relapse record. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think I just said it because it rhymed, and I'm sure looking back now, I should have thought better of it. You know, it was one of those things that, like I said, I don't even remember recording, but record a lot of songs. So it was like, it's tough sometimes.
When I was young, you never wanted Eminem to apologize to nothing, and he never would. But now, I'm cool with that. I like that apology. You know, it felt good to hear that. This is different. You know, I like that Rihanna and Eminem, you know, share that special time in music history with the song that they Love the Way You Lie. That broke records, everything, #1 song. You know, they share that moment, and I like their relationship. So
times to even you'd be like, oh shit, I remember that. You know,
I know a lot of people they're very happy and proud that they got to hear that part from you. You know, that apology on Zeus. There's also a reference where, not even a reference, where you know you're talking about or speaking to Snoop in the sense of, you know,
there we go.
You don't need to be dogged by him. And I didn't know exactly when or where. What did Snoop do that made you put this line in this song?
Well, a couple of months ago, you know, he was doing an interview with the Breakfast Club. Somehow my name got brought up, and he was saying things about
F the Breakfast Club, man. They bring Eminem's name up all the time. This is Puff Daddy. He said that p.diddy said he was going to take Eminem down. Don't worry, to Joe Budden. This is, you know, his stations, his channels, and they're bringing Eminem down in a way that they can do it. They're trying to hurt him in another way, because you can't hurt Eminem through rapping. You can't. The only way he can hurt Eminem or try to get to him is to hurt him through the black culture, because that's what Eminem loves. That's what he breathes and bleeds. And that's the only way. And that's why those guys keep bringing Eminem up in all the interviews. That's what they're trying to accomplish. So when they got that from Snoop, they were licking their chops. They were so happy. That's exactly what they wanted. And Snoop actually gave it to them. which hurt him and very surprising.
You know, I'm not in his top 10, and everything he said, by the way, was fine, like up to a point. You know, when he I've never said, like, him saying that I'm not in his top 10 because there's some rappers from the 90s that I can't fuck with. Him saying Dre made the best version of me, absolutely. Like, why would I have a problem with that? Like, would I be here without Dre? Fuck no, I wouldn't. The rappers he mentioned from the 90s, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, G-Rap, like, I've never said I could fuck with them. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, like, everything was good until, like, you know, it was more like, I think it was more about the tone he was using that caught me off guard, because I'm like, yo, where is this coming from? I just saw you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it threw me for a loop. Again, I probably could have got...
There's something more to Snoop saying that. Snoop never talks like that. He's been asked about Eminem a lot of times, and he's never talked about M like that. And then he gets to talk to the Breakfast Club, the enemies of Eminem, and then Snoop just so happens to say this while all the Black Lives Matter stuff is going on. It was like their way of trying to tear Eminem down, and Snoop went with it, which, like he said, let's go.
I passed the whole tone and everything, but it was the last statement when he said, as far as music I can live without, I can live without that shit. Now you're being disrespectful for, like, it just caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that. And people started hitting me up about it, like, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I didn't know what to do about it at first. Because it confused me, because I'm like, yo, bro, same team. We're on the same team. Like, what the fuck? And I have never in my career, my entire career, ever said a disrespectful word about Snoop Dogg. I mean, what the fuck? Like, his impact...
In the same camp thing, guys, that's why they've stayed so strong throughout the years, because Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, they all stayed together. They never broke that foundation. That's why they stayed so strong on top for so long. This is the first time that someone from camp has gotten out of the box. Ever. That's why they've done so well. That's why it's bullshit that Snoop went out of the box like that.
Yo, bro, same team. We're on the same team. Like, what the fuck? And I have never in my career, my entire career, ever said a disrespectful word about Snoop Dogg. I mean, what the fuck? Like, his impact on hip hop, like, I can't front on that. But it's like, at what point does it start becoming like, okay, now you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. My top 10, top 5 ain't gonna be the same as his. But everyone's entitled to their opinion, so how could I be mad at that? I wasn't mad about the opinion. It was after that. It was, you know, that the very last statement was like, oh, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, damn, dog. Like, really? But, you know, I said what I said. I addressed it. I felt like I said what I needed to say. And
I'm not saying to choose sides, but it definitely is... It's a song that's going to be talked about for a minute, man. This is Zeus, Music to Be Murdered By, Side B, the deluxe edition. Eminem's with us. Shade 45.
Yo, man, I like how Eminem sounds. I like how he described that, how he explained it. That's exactly what happened. People, reaction channels, get your effing information correct, because I watched reactions, a lot of them, and you guys were totally off. You got to get your information, or don't say I know it, I'm not sure, or whatever. You know what I mean? But it was all, I knew what it was. It was all because he said he could do without Eminem music. He said it arrogant. And I'm glad Eminem stood up to him. If he's willing to talk back to Snoop Dogg like that, he'll do it to anybody. So somebody needs to step up to the plate. You know, Eminem just said he raps to be the best. And he's not the only one that does that. So when he's rapping like that, he's rapping to be the best. He's hungry. And you hear it on side B, man. Love it. Love it. That Zeus, that Book of Ryan, my favorite bitch. I just love these songs, man. I just like the whole album. But anyways, I'm glad that Eminem addressed it. I think he should have did a bigger interview and kind of set it all up, gave a visual. But you know what I mean? That's still cool. It was a nice surprise to get that. So anyways, guys, that was my short video. I F with Eminem. I have his back. And they're from the same family. That should have never happened, right? Like Eazy-E. They're like cousins. You know, Eazy-E was my favorite as a young buck. So, you know, to me, that tree branches off with Dre, and the whole thing just branches off and comes to Eminem, right? So, anyways, guys, thank you for being here. I just wanted to share that interview with you guys. I'm out. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Noble. This is The Nation. Come support, guys. Stick around as we grow. I'm out.